Hi, my name is Victor Torres, and I've been a school counselor and a professional counselor altogether for about 35 years. And over the years, I've helped lots of children and adults work through lots of issues that deal with self-esteem, issues that deal with alcoholism, drug issues, codependency. Today I want to focus on codependency, and codependency is when you fail to assume responsibility for what belongs to you. And on the flip side of that is when you assume responsibility for what doesn't belong to you. So essentially it comes down to when you put all your energy into making someone happy, and that's actually deception, because we're not responsible for anyone's happiness other than ourselves. We can add to someone's happiness, but we're not responsible for it. Something that caught my eye the other day was a saying by the famous poet Robert Frost, and he wrote, "Good fences make good neighbors." And I thought about that. I contemplated over what he was saying, and I thought, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to talk today about how this deals with the issue of boundaries, because when you're dealing with codependency, it's very important that we learn healthy boundaries. So why are boundaries important? Boundaries protect you from evil intruders whose intent is to harm you and your loved ones. Boundary robbers seek to enlarge their territory by preying on the innocent. Their morals are compromised. They're selfish. They like to instill fear on insecure victims, and they love the feeling of power and control in relationships. This is why healthy boundaries must be established in one's life early on to safeguard you from boundary robbers. In order to do this, you must feel comfortable in being assertive when it comes to standing up for the territory that belongs to you. If you fail to do this, then you set yourself up to be a victim of a domineering person who feeds on fear and intimidation. Forget about coming across as a nice person when the situation requires that you be assertive and sometimes aggressive with manipulators. These individuals thrive on taking advantage of nice people who don't have a backbone when they need to be firm in their relationships. These intruders are like vampires who feed on innocent blood. Ideally, everyone should respect another person's boundaries. But this is not always the case, which is why we have to protect people in society. You have seen the tragic results of open borders in our nation. Many innocent victims have been murdered by terrorists and illegal aliens who have no respect for the law. Establishing healthy boundaries could literally save your life one day. Healthy boundaries protects you from unnecessary pain and suffering. The casualty list is endless when it comes to the many innocent women who have been abused and even murdered in unhealthy dating relationships and marriages. Even heaven and hell boundaries laid out by God, as no one in hell can visit someone who is in heaven, and vice versa. In this design, the Lord has separated his saints from the wicked. Godly people are rewarded for their faithfulness to the Lord by being able to spend eternity with him in paradise. The ungodly, however, will suffer eternally for having failed to respect the boundaries that the Lord gave them through the Ten Commandments. They have received their just reward for disrespecting God's boundaries. The Lord saw that man was wicked since Adam and Eve fell in the Garden of Eden, as they were deceived by the serpent into tasting from the tree of life. Their Creator had laid out clear boundaries to not eat of this tree. Ever since they disobeyed the Lord, mankind has struggled with boundaries. This, I believe, is part of the curse that man placed on himself for his disobedience to God and for his rebellion. So there's always a price to pay for not respecting the boundaries that God has given us. This applies to obeying laws in our society, obeying the Lord's statutes, rules at work that we follow, and being respectful in our dating relationships and in marriage. The 10 Commandments that God has given us are exactly that. Commandments and not suggestions. Too many people live in denial and see the Lord's commandments as suggestions rather than directives. They rationalize that they can claim to be a Christian but cut and paste from the Bible what is not convenient for their lifestyle. They rationalize their sinful behavior by cutting out pages from the Bible that they don't agree with. However, there are two tenets to spiritual enlightenment. Number one, there is a God, and number two, you are not him. Since God has given us a blueprint to follow, you're not the one who decides what is good and what is evil. If you do this, you're usurping God's role in your life and embracing a false God, which is yourself in this case. Disrespecting the boundaries that the Lord has laid out for us will only get you in trouble, temporally as well as eternally speaking. In my experience as a professional counselor for 35 years, I have met many people who claim to be Christians or God-fearing, yet they continue to abuse, manipulate, or violate their partner with reckless abandon. They don't respect God's boundaries nor the boundaries of their partner. If you fall in this category, I strongly urge you to stop this practice and repent before the Lord and ask your partner to forgive you. Along with this, you must truly make an effort to change, and this cannot happen by yourself. You must be willing to be accountable to others through a church or support group. No man or woman is an island. Proverbs 27:17 reminds us that as iron sharpens iron, so one man or woman sharpens another. We all need each other, and we will be judged one day by how we loved our neighbors as ourselves. In other words, did we respect their boundaries? So I want to encourage everyone to live wisely, and because it's critical. If you'd like some more teaching on this, the book I wrote a few years back called Perfect Love Casts Out All Fear would be a big help for you. Thank you for listening, everyone. Live wisely, and God bless you.
Fear is a killer in our society. It maims, destroys, and shows no mercy to its victims. Like a hurricane that can't be stopped, a towering inferno that can't be quenched, and a deadly plague that kills at an alarming rate, it leaves you helpless, hopeless, and crying for mercy. Fear forces you to hide behind negative coping mechanisms, imaginary walls, and powerful mind games that steal your health, wealth, and emotional freedom. To survive, you make a pact with them to weather life's horrifying storms. But when you choose to face the pain from your past with honesty, courage, and faith, you experience emotional healing. Enter into the promised land of peace and rest and taste revival rather than survival. You are not destined to merely exist in a desert wasteland and emotional graveyard all of your life. You were created to live in a paradise that embraces abundant living, peace, and joy. Once you learn how powerful love is, you'll learn to thrive and realize you'll never have any reason to dwell in a prison of fear again, because it is your mission to slay fear and embrace pure love in your relationships. The promised land today can be found in a pure heart, and it awaits you if you choose to die to your fears and dare to love with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. I encourage you to choose the way of love, not fear, because perfect love casts out all fear. You have a rendezvous with your divine destiny, and it's waiting for you here within the pages of your life that follow. I commission you now to go after your emotional freedom, my friend, and do not allow anyone or anything to stop you. Enjoy the journey. Order your copy of Perfect Love Casts Out All Fear today on Amazon or Kindle. God bless.
Introducing Armed for Battle and Destined for Glory, the inspiring true story of one man's journey from hardship to triumph. As a child, Victor Torres faced poverty, beatings, bullying, rejection, heartache, parental abuse, and the death of his mother. But with unwavering determination, a strong work ethic, and faith in his Creator, he overcame the odds. Against all expectations, he earned 17 national and international awards in counseling, teaching, writing, and public speaking. And then, he discovered the sport that would change his life forever. He became a 26-time World Arm Wrestling Champion, an 11-time United States National Champion, a 27-time California State Champion, and a winner of 152 career arm wrestling titles. This incredible story shows that no matter where you come from, you can achieve greatness. From victim to victor, he is an inspiration to us all. Don't miss the opportunity to be inspired. Order Armed for Battle and Destined for Glory today on Amazon and Kindle.
Introducing The Fire of God from Heaven's Throne Room, a book of poetry that will help you find healing and hope for your broken heart. This powerful book will guide you through the process of grieving, addressing trauma, and overcoming hurt and anger. With its emphasis on adopting a healthy mindset and embracing courage, this book will help you discover a balanced life filled with perfect love, peace, and joy. Order your copy of The Fire of God from Heaven's Throne Room by author Victor Torres today on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. Introducing The True Making of a Champion, an inspiring guide to help you unleash your full potential and become the champion you were always destined to be. In this book, you'll discover principles that will teach you what true success is all about and provide you with pertinent illustrations to encourage you every step of the way. This book is for anyone who wants to become a champion and is willing to wrestle against forces that dare to keep them from reaching their full potential. With The True Making of a Champion, you'll build strength and character through adversity and learn how to overcome misfortune with a proper mindset. Written by award-winning and 26-time World Arm Wrestling Champion Victor Torres. Don't wait any longer to become the champion you were born to be. Order your copy of The True Making of a Champion today on Amazon in paperback and Kindle.